It's the end of the month, which means that I have been paid and we can budget for another month. As always, in this video, I'm gonna go through my budget for the next month and review my budget for the month that just happened and see kind of how everything played out. So let's go ahead and dive into what we're spending in September. So as you can see, I have already been paid a little bit for September. I put my paychecks in and make some payments as my paychecks come, and I'm paid bi-weekly. I already have one paycheck budgeted out, and that included a lower income because I was PRN for this paycheck. This paycheck covered the week that we were in Spain, so I only had 5 days of work on this paycheck, which meant I only made $1,200, almost $1,300. But from that, I was able to save for my ski pass and vehicle tires and also make a payment towards my student loans. And then I was paid again for my first 2 weeks as a full-time employee. I don't have any benefits coming out of this because I'm not benefit eligible for 30 days. So I'm curious to see what that does to my actual take home. Anyways, the amount I was paid was $2,136.16 from my full-time job. So this isn't ideal because I didn't hit my income goal for the month, which is $4,100. I'm about $700 short of that, but no big deal. I did have to move some money around, and so I need to make sure that I have accounted for all of those savings because my bank account requires that I have a minimum in my money market, but I didn't remember that. And my money market doesn't earn as much percentage as my Discover High Yield savings account. So I was trying to use it as a slush fund and only keep like kind of a little bit of money in there, and I transferred more than the minimum and I was charged $10 for doing that, which I have opinions about, but I'm over it. So I just need to kind of balance that out. So transferred $120. I will just say it's for the emergency fund. That way I'm just playing with like real amounts of money here. So from there, what do I have left? I need to make a student loan payment, and usually I make a student loan payment of $1,250, but I think we'll make another $1,000 student loan payment so that I can afford everything. So I'll do that. So I just made a $1,000 student loan payment, which brings my total student loans paid this month to $1,900, which is about $600 short of what I want to be paying every month. It's okay. My monthly expenses, I'm gonna pay those to Jake, and that is gonna be our shared expenses are $900, and my car insurance is $62.50. And then another thing that I have to pay is for my cell phone bill, but I overpaid by $10 last month. I pay my parents. We're all on a family plan. It's cheaper for everybody, so I just pay them. So I owe them $35 this month. So I will move all that money around and send it where it needs to go, and then that leaves me with $256.08, which is about exactly what I need for my personal spending. So that will do the trick. So that sets me up for some good saving and spending in September. It's officially the last day of the month, a different day than the last time I got paid and filmed that part of the video. It's a different day than when I got paid and I filmed that part of the video. Now we can review August. And August was actually a very low spend month, except for one huge purchase that I'm going to talk about and kind of walk through everything that happened with this purchase. In August, I made $4,220. This is money that I actually worked for in July and was paid for in July and I'm spending in August. So I had $4,220 to play with. I paid $2,500 towards my student loans, paid $1,000 towards my needs. Once I spent $60.92 of my allotted $250. So this was all on what I call credit card spending because I put all my wants on a credit card and pay it off at the end of the month. I never carry credit card balance. So things that I did for funsies with my credit card was I went to lunch with a friend. I bought an Amazon phone case and screen protector. I also bought a new phone, a refurbished iPhone 12 mini. I'm currently operating with an iPhone SE. It still has a home button. Let me show you. Look at that guy. Did you forget what that was like? I can put my thumb there to unlock it. So game plan is I'm still gonna use this as my day-to-day phone. It works really well and I refuse to truly learn how to use like all the swipe features. And I have been putting off getting a new phone, but I make content and the quality of that content suffers when this is the camera that I'm using and the audio doesn't even work on this. So gonna keep using this as my day-to-day phone, and I'm actually excited because I'm gonna delete all of anything that's not texting or calling off of that phone. It's gonna come from my savings because it's an investment that I'm making in this, which is both a platform and a business. Other things that I did, I went to coffee with a friend and I went to dinner with a friend. So very casual. I did a lot of social things outside of this, but they were relatively free, like going for walks or dinner at friends' houses. So in terms of paid social experiences, 2 meals, 1 coffee, no complaints. I also was able to invest $100. This is where, when I'm able to save for small expenses along the way and build buckets for those expenses, I can make a large purchase without going over my budget. So I was able to spend from my travel fund in order to buy plane tickets to go to New Orleans for 1 night to see Taylor Swift. I bought the tickets to Taylor Swift a year ago when they were on sale, and we had known the prices of hotels were ridiculously expensive, and known the prices of flights were going to be ridiculously expensive, and ultimately we decided to cancel the trip and sell the tickets. This is one of those, like, logically and financially, I know that the answer would have been to go down that path, but emotionally I was like saddened by that choice. And seeing Taylor Swift with my boyfriend, who also enjoys her music, something that made me sad to realize that I might not do. And the only way that I was able to justify it was that I was gonna sell my tickets. I bought them at like $100 a piece, and I was gonna sell them at a major profit. I was gonna try to list them for $4,000 to $5,000 and use $5,000 of those dollars to buy last minute tickets in Vancouver. We were gonna book a trip to Vancouver and go last minute, and know that we were gonna buy tickets for like $1,000 but last minute, but then we would have paid for the whole trip with one of the tickets that I sold. I didn't feel right doing that ethically because I don't want to profit off of another artist's work. And I also was like, the only reason that I'm okay selling these tickets is if we get to go to another one, and that's not a guaranteed. So we looked back at it and we were able to book a hotel for 1 night with points, and then we were able to book flights there for $680.83. After a lot of conversation, I decided that this was something that was important to me and worth this amount of money to me. Because we save regularly for travel, it was something that I wasn't gonna have to pull $680 in 1 month. So that's where that came from. Whether or not you would have made the same choice doesn't matter to me. I looked through it, I did the finances, I'm actually able to afford it. This is technically in August spending, because I bought the tickets in August and the charge hit my account in August. This is where saving in buckets makes things like this possible. I didn't save quite, actually, let's fix that, because I didn't save in all my buckets. What did we not save for? Clothing I don't really need to save for. Travel I obviously won't save for because I'm paying out of that bucket. Gifts, we can put $21 towards gifts and $75 towards car maintenance. That'll be $100. So now our leftover is $290. So if we do the math, leaves me with an excess of $390 to pay from my travel expenses bucket. I wanted to include that as just kind of an example of how saving a little bit each month can add up to a lot of money. This is one of the reasons that zero-based budgeting works for me, because it allows me to allocate every single dollar to a home, and that forces me to save for expenses like travel, or I know that I'm gonna have vehicle maintenance, or when I have to buy new tires for my car, that are large expenses that would hit hard in a month, and I just pull from a general savings probably for them. But having the zero-based budget and budgeting every single dollar makes me really conscious about where the money's going. So I have to actively think, it's not just going to savings, what am I saving for? I'm also trying to be very conscious about the fact that I am paying off my loans very aggressively and living within my means to do so. I don't feel burnt out yet. I feel excited because I'm still like at the early stage where I'm finally able to pay instead of, I'm feeling good about my ability to sustain this lifestyle for the next few years, and that's without assuming any assistance or raises or anything comes into play. That's good, and that's where I'm at with my loans. Just a little update there. That's what I spent in August. I'll see you guys again at the end of September for the same thing. If you want me to include anything else in these videos or chat about something in a different style, let me know down below. I see all of your comments and I'd love to hear from you.